Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So what I've got laying down all in front of me here is something I've kind of been hiding away for a while. I am doing a full GTR front end on my car. So for those of you who already know, I've currently got the GTR bonnet, or a replica of one, and I've just got a standard GTT bar. So there's big kind of differences between the GTT and GTR variants. So if you look just in front of you here, the GTR has this big kind of section at the top, where the GTT doesn't have any of that middle section. So it meets the bonnet, and the bonnet actually has a lip that fills in that area. So GTR, the bumper has the big lip on the front, and then the bonnet kind of cuts off at the front and lines up. It's really hard to picture, but if you have a look at the photo of my car on my Instagram, which I'll tag on the screen now, you should be able to see what I mean, where the bonnet has a pretty much straight cut off on the front where the bumper lines up with it. I wasn't able to get my hands on a GTR bar when I first did this, and it's been a long kind of time in the making of just getting bits and pieces together. I wanted to get genuine parts so I'd know that they'd fit. I haven't experimented with it much, but I've been told that fiberglass panels can be a bit of a pain to fit up, and you end up paying a fortune in panel fees. Like getting everything fitted up and molded into place. So I thought I'd just spend the money now, do it once, do it right, and buy all brand new genuine parts directly from Nissan. All of the parts that you see sitting in front of you here, except my front lip, have all come from Kudos Motorsports. So if this is something you are wanting to do, and you want to get all these part numbers and a place to get it from, you can send me a message on Instagram just saying that you want to do it, and I can get all the part numbers and send them all to you. And Kudos Motorsports in Arundel on the Gold Coast will be the place to see. They've been a massive help for me, super awesome. I will also be running a giveaway with Kudos soon, so for anyone interested, there's going to be more information about that on my Instagram, and I will do a video on it soon. But if you want to catch some early kind of information, once again, check out my Instagram, follow that. I try to post there once or twice a day now, so there should be something popping up not too long after this video is done. So we're aiming to do a $150 gift card pretty much for Kudos. Not too sure on exact details yet, but information will be coming up for that soon. But back to what we've bought. I've pretty much bought every single bracket that's actually needed to make this work. It is possible to just buy the GTR bar and your GTR fenders and pretty much just make it work with all the standard GTT parts, but since I've bought all this stuff brand new and it is going to be perfectly fitting, I thought why not just spend the extra money, buy all the brackets, make sure everything's going to be perfect, because I don't know the history of the coupe. I don't know if it's had, even if it's just slightly tapped into like a wall parking or something like that, I don't know if any brackets are slightly bent, which will ruin the alignment. So I've taken the time and spent the money to collect all the parts for it. So this is one part I bought, which was one of the most expensive brackets. This is the front Rio bar, which sits in behind the bumper. It just kind of slots right in behind there. So it fits in real nicely. The GTT one, rather than being so skinny through the middle, they're quite thick. So you actually have to grind all the top off. And another issue with the GTT front Rios is that they need to be cut on the insides as well to get intercoolers to fit. Because the GTTs came with a side-mounted intercooler where the GTRs had front mounts, so this had a provision to fit that front mount cooler in, so no cutting is going to be required. Another big bonus as well, these are all alloy pieces, so they're extremely light compared to the GTT. I'm not sure what material it is, but it's ridiculously heavy, so cutting a bit of weight, it's easier to manage and move around and get everything to line up. It's something I can do by myself, where previously with the GTT I'd struggle just because of the weight of everything, and trying to line it all up was a drama when there's just one of me. So awesome, that part there. I'm not going to know exact prices until I actually have a good look at it, but this is roughly, I think, $500 to $600 around there. So it's an expensive part, and it is not required if you do want to do it. Like I was saying, you can just cut down your GTT one, but I want to go above and beyond and just have everything fitting perfectly and all be GTR, just so I know that it's done properly. It's just something about me, I just like having everything done properly. So that's the first part, which we've got. Next two parts here, these little brackets, just pull these out of the bags. They're both the same bracket pretty much, one for each headlight. So these mount to the side of your headlights. So you kind of see the two little tabs, so that'll mount against the headlight. And then it actually mounts up to this bracket here, which sits, will be around that way. And that's how it mounts up. Oh, done around the wrong way actually, that way. So that'll mount up to a headlight with the tabs facing the headlight to kind of lock around it. And you can kind of see on the bottom there, you've got two holes. So one hole will actually be a clip. So this will clip down in that front hole. And the back hole there is just a provision for a bolt. So there's just a nut welded onto the back there. So one clip and then one bolt, that'll hold that on, and that'll be the same on both sides. These parts are different from the GTT. I don't know if it's possible to do it without these, just because of the way these sit in. So this one here sits up right in underneath, right at the top there, and you can see same deal, it's got all the provisions for the clips, where the GTT one's slightly different, obviously because they don't have that big front lip at the top. So this is a part I would definitely recommend to get. And these side brackets, these weren't too crazy. I think both the side brackets and the mounting piece were around the $250 mark. Again, this is all brand new parts. There's no second-hand stuff. It's all brand new, straight from Nissan, so it's a guaranteed fit. And these brackets will fit up to any headlight. It doesn't matter if you've got Series 1, Series 2, Xenon, non-Xenon. These will bolt up, so that's nothing to worry about. As well as that, we also have the bumper seal. So if you have looked closely at GTRs before, you'll notice there's little seals that actually sit on the top of that bumper and seal against the bonnet. So with that all in place, you'll be able to see a little seal across the top, and then the bonnet will just press down on that and prevent any water getting in. Same deal, all the provisions for the holes, it's all factory, everything fits up perfectly. And like I was showing before, this part will slide in underneath, and you'll actually have clips that run directly straight through that seal, straight down into that mounting bracket. So it all fits very nicely together, which for those of you who have experimented with fiberglass parts will know that it's always drilling and, you know, molding, making stuff work. It's a drama. It's something I didn't want to have to worry about. So this is why I've gone this route. Alrighty, so butting in here, today is the next day, as to everything else in this video. Like you see, my clothes have changed, and I bought some more bits and pieces today to finish off the front end. So one of the things I've bought are the Nismo side clear indicators, which that's how they come in the packaging, with just the indicators and the two bulbs. And I've also got myself a bulb holder because I believe I'm missing one. I may be missing two, but I've bought one for now, and that just obviously holds the bulb, clips into the main loom, and then that's your side indicators. These are the ones that mount in the fenders, so obviously two of those, one for each side. I've also bought myself some GT emblems for the fenders. Real nice and shiny, brand new emblems.
Yeah, it's not like your girlfriend said she was going to buy them for you, but okay.
So yeah, emblems. Two of those, one for each side. All brand new pieces, once again from Nissan. These are also from Kudos Motorsports, so shout out to them once again. And we have our front indicators, also a Nismo part. These are, pull one of these out of the packaging. These are what mount in the front bar. So they'll mount in the front bar, obviously bulb in the back, and then that all works, indicators, sick. I've got another set of these in the current car which are orange, and I'm going to try these out, see how they look. I may go back to orange, so I may put these up for sale and roll with orange ones, but I'll put these in and it might be something that grows on me, so we'll see how they go. See, two of those, one for each side. And my favourite part are these two big boxes. Once again, Nissan.
Please sponsor us.
Nissan Genuine Parts. Yeah, sponsorship would be nice. That saves some money. I don't know if anyone's going to know what these are, because I don't know what else comes in a box these size. But I ended up buying myself
Make it so you can't actually see.
A brand new set of R34 headlights. These were extremely expensive for what they are, but they are brand new. So brand new lens, got the brand new xenon HID ballast on the bottom, all brand new bulbs, all brand new wiring. Mounting brackets are all there, which sucks because I've already bought these two, but I guess I've got a second set of those, so I'll be selling those to someone. But good thing about this is it'll just bolt straight into the car. Obviously, this one actually has the tabs intact because it's brand new. A lot of Nissan R34s do not have those intact because they just break, because why not? But yeah, two of those, both brand new. These are going to completely transform the whole front end of the car. Going along with the GTR guards and bumper, this is going to complete the front end and make everything look brand new. It's going to be awesome. The other parts I actually dropped off today, so in the next video you'll be seeing me fit everything back up. The car's actually already ready pretty much to be picked up. It's all been painted, it's all sweet, so we'll be putting all these new parts on.
Oh, look at you, you're cradling it like it's a baby.
Yeah. Pretty much is my baby. These were very expensive, but they are still available, so if you want to score yourself a brand new set of headlights, I highly recommend it, because when you see them in person, they're a cool looking piece of gear. Very, very cool. And the good thing about getting brand new is they are going to last. It's not like polishing the lens. After a certain amount of time, the lenses will go bad again, so I thought, why not? I'll get them while they're still reasonably cheap before Nissan parts get stupidly expensive and go into the heritage range. So yeah, now I'll show you the rest of the parts that I've got. So another bit we have is the license plate holder bracket. This is one that I would recommend to get. It's a bit of a shame for such a small piece. It's probably one of the most expensive when it comes to that kind of thing. This part I think was about 150 bucks. So for such a small piece, it's very expensive, but I don't want to drill holes straight through my new bumper, so I bought it. It's just got two provisions for the bolts for the license plate. I don't know if this will suit standard Queensland plates or not. I think the holes are the same, but being that I have the JDM ones, you can just drill new holes or whatever. Like, well, you can do that on standard Queensland ones. I don't know if they will work or not, but that'll be something we'll have to find out. This just slides onto the front like so. Two clips just go through the back of the bar to hold that on, and then obviously your two bolt holes at the front to mount it. So that's another piece. What else do we have? So two side mounts for the bumper. So that's all they are. There's two of these, one for each side, and these pretty much clip on. If I can mount it properly, I don't actually know where these sit, but so it actually goes underneath. So if you come around the other side, you can actually see there's a little lip there, so that's where that clips onto. And then from there, that bolts up to the Rio. So you can kind of picture how that goes. It'll just give some more rigidity to the front bar. I don't know if these are the same in GTT. From what I know, they're very, very similar. But again, just got new ones because I'm making everything else new, so I thought, why not? Got two of those, one for each side, and I think these were around $100 each. I can't remember exactly how much, but roughly that. We also have little plastic supports, one for each side, and like you can see over here, got these going the wrong way, but you got three holes mounted up here, and then these will just push straight up into those holes. They've got two clips on the top, so they'll push right in. They'll be hard mounted, and from there you put a bolt through the middle hole, which goes through there, through the bumper, and that actually mounts up to the bottom of the fender. So you can see that little hole there. So you actually put in a little, I guess, bolt holder, which came with this. So when I bought the bumper, it actually had a bag of nuts and bolts and mounting hardware, which is insane that it even came included. I didn't expect that at all. But that came with the front bumper, so it didn't come with anything else, just with the front bumper. So it's got little clips for, what have we got? I believe all of these ones go on the bottom of the bar and therefore supporting the bottom lip if you decide to buy one. And you've got these little support looking things. This is what I was talking about with what screws in. With these little brackets, once they do clip into place, these little bits of hardware that came with the bumper, they will actually slide into the fender in that little hole there. And you can tell based on the shape, they all match up. And they'll just slide in like that, and then you push them in all the way. I don't want to do it yet because these are being sent off for paint soon. And then that sticking out of it actually goes straight through that hole and locates it. And then obviously from there you put your screw straight through the bottom and it holds the bumper to the fender. As well as that, you've also got these couple of holes on the side here, and these supports that run from the front reo bar that hold up your bumper also attached to there. So that's how they all mount, and then those two mount together. Happy days. Same thing, we'll just push a little mounting clip, which will probably be one of these. One of those will push into there, and then we'll be able to attach with a screw straight into there. All the screws are included as well, and this is also an alloy panel. So over the GTT fenders, they're a lot lighter, extremely light, and I don't know how well it'll pick up on camera, but they are a wider fender, and they've got a really defined arch, which the GTTs don't have. And the reason for this is the GTR bumper is actually wider, so they did the wider guards to accommodate for that. And obviously being all-wheel drive, they would run larger tyres on the front, so it just gives a bit more room to fit those under the guards. Both of those guards, they cost me, I think they're about $700 each for both the guards. And the bumper, if I haven't already explained, the bumper was about $1,200 or $1,300 I think for the bumper. So all up it's about $3.5 or $4 grand in panels, and then you have to get it all painted. I am getting it painted tomorrow actually. So today's Sunday, I'm getting it all painted tomorrow. I don't know when you'll be seeing this video, hopefully reasonably soon from when I've recorded it. I do have another one to put up beforehand, so yeah, that's majority of it. I've also got these guard risers, so anyone who's heard of doing a GTR front ends may have heard about these. And all they are is just a really thin piece of metal. These just sit on the guards underneath them, and it literally rises the guards up a couple of mil, just to make everything line up nicely. I don't know why that's a part of it. May have something to do with the way they've arched out the fender and it just doesn't fit on a GTT, but got those for both sides. These were expensive as well. These were about $200 a side, but all brand new parts, all going to fit well. You can use your standard mounting hardware to mount into these, so that doesn't make a difference. Everything should line up perfectly for me. The biggest thing I'm currently worried about will be my bonnet. Not being a genuine bonnet, there may be some slight body gaps, so if need be, I'll just go and buy a genuine bonnet, sell my current one, get it all painted, and then my front end will be 100% GTR. That's just a personal preference thing. There was no reason why I really had to do it. I just really like the look of it, so went out, spent the money, got all the parts. In the grand scheme of things, it's a lot cheaper than you'd expect to do this conversion. It is a lot of money when you look at it on a big kind of scale. Like you think, you know, you could buy a whole motor for cheaper than what these panels all cost. But they are a car now that's eventually going to be going into a heritage stage. So the R32 GTRs are currently heritage models. So overnight, all of their parts just became 5-10 times more expensive out of nowhere. And it could happen with these at any time. So while they're cheap and not crazy expensive, like eventually it's going to cost $4 grand just to buy yourself a bumper, and the bumper that I paid $1,500 for or whatever it was will be worth, pre-owned second hand, will be worth 2.5. So the market can change so quickly for these cars, and with how the prices of the cars in general have been going with COVID, it wouldn't surprise me if it's something that will happen soon. But yeah, that's all the parts I've got. Well, that's all the genuine Nissan stuff. Just in front of you there, I also have myself a front lip that suits the GTR bar. and this is actually from JSI Aero out of Sydney, I believe. JSI Aero makes fiberglass replicas for a lot of the JDM cars. The reason that I went for a fiberglass lip, for starters, to buy one through Nissan is $1,000. I didn't want to spend that kind of money on a lip that could possibly get destroyed quite quickly. In saying that, my car isn't ridiculously low, but I'd rather have the security of having a cheap lip on the front rather than an expensive one that I could possibly rip off and lose, just like that. I have mounted this up and test fit it, and I'm happily to say it mounts up perfectly. All the bolts go in nicely, all the brackets line up, and the actual line of that lip perfectly follows the bumper. And being brand new, genuine, it just shows it hasn't been, I guess, conformed over time. It is straight out of the box as it would have come, and the fact that all the lines line up and it won't need any extra sanding to make it look flush makes me really happy. So that was about $350 delivered to my door, I think it was, and compared to $1,000 for a genuine one, it's quite an easy choice to make. So I don't think that'll be a problem with breaking it, but at least if I drop off a speed bump or go a little bit too fast up a gutter, it'll just break the fiberglass and won't rip off a plastic one. And the biggest thing I'd be worried about as well is having a fiberglass lip. If it does hit and catch, it'll just break the fiberglass off and it won't pull my bumper off with it. Because I've just spent all these money on these support brackets. You drag a lip and it's going to pull all these support brackets down as well. I don't want to ruin the body lines of the car and all the new mounting brackets and stuff like that. So went fiberglass, cheaped out on that. Everything else, spent the money on it to do it right. This is the only video, I had a look and I was trying to find on YouTube someone who's actually done this before so I could have a bit of a reference on what to do. But I will be doing another video after this stuff's all painted with a full rundown on exactly how to mount all of this stuff up and how to do the complete conversion. Everything excluding the bonnet. So everything you see here, I'll be doing a full video on how to actually put it onto your car, and just so everyone can see, well, anyone that wants to do this conversion before the parts become stupidly expensive, I'll just give you a rundown on what to pull out, what to put back on, what brackets you may or may not need to get, or whatever it may be. Like I was saying, if you want to save the money, you can just get the bumper and make it work. Like most things, you can make it work with zip ties and tech screws and all that kind of stuff, but if you do want to do it properly, I just recommend to buy all the genuine parts. Spend the money, spend it once, do it right, and always call up before you actually have a look online for parts, because you would be surprised at how cheap some of the stuff is compared to replicas. Like you can pick up these front bars for the price of some fiberglass replica bars, so definitely call up. My recommendation would be to Kudos. If you are looking for any part for your JDM car, be sure to give them a call and just let them know what you're looking for. They'll get back to you with a price, and they've been perfect for me. Every part that I've been looking for, 90% of the time they have it on the shelf. All of these parts were on the shelf ready to go, so they do know that it's quite an in-demand, I guess, market for all this kind of stuff. So if you are looking for it, give them a buzz. They'll help you out. Like I was saying, send me a message on Instagram if you want a full list of all these part numbers. I can also send a photo of a printout which shows the full kind of laid out diagram from Nissan. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. If you have enjoyed it, leave a comment down below, like the video, really helps me out, and share it around, that'd be awesome. And I will be doing the full install midway through next week once I get all this stuff painted, and I'm so excited to see how this will look on the car. I've had all of this sitting in my living room now for 3 or 4 weeks, which has sucked having so much money just sitting here, but it's going to be all worth it when it's on the car. So I will see you guys in that video. So last little thing, if you decide to stick around this long, if you do want to see the finished product before the video comes out, my videos come out a while after stuff goes on Instagram, so follow my Instagram again up on screen, TJD_00, and you can follow me. So photos will be up on there before the videos come out, and that's the same for pretty much everything. Whatever I post on there is usually about a week, half a week before the videos come out. So if you want a bit of an early sneak peek on what I'm doing, be sure to follow me. Righty, See you guys.
You say you wanna cry, but you never